What's up, guys? I'm Danny, and I have the privilege of being your tournament director for the up and coming state route shootout happening this Saturday here in Cookville. Um, these videos are never fun to make, but a big part of my job is to make sure you, the player, are as informed as possible. Especially with this tournament, there's a few more moving parts than normal using two different courses. So I just want to make sure take a few minutes, hopefully answer any questions you guys might have, and make sure we're all on the same page so we can have more fun on Saturday. First of all, I want to thank you guys, the players, for signing up for this. Um, we've tried having this tournament a few times, and this is by far the best turnout we've had. So thank you guys for signing up for this. I don't take it lightly that you guys are taking a Saturday out of your lives to come hang out with us and play disc golf, and you're really kind of trusting us with your Saturday to put on a good event. So I appreciate that. I don't take it lightly. So thank you for signing up. I want to thank, like I said, we're using two different courses actually at different churches in the area. So I want to thank the Netherlands Church of Christ as well as Cookville Church of the Nazarene for letting us use their yards for a day. They're never going to see this, but I just my heartfelt gratitude to those guys for letting us use their facilities for the day. So thank you for them. Big shout out and thank you to all my helpers, my Team Parker guys, this side, my Team Parker guys, the guys who gave up their Friday to come set stuff up, and they're going to stay late to tear things down, and just cannot do without them. All the unspoken volunteers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot do it without you guys. And last but not least, our friends at MVP Disc Sports. They're sponsoring this event as well as the other events we're putting on this season. They're a huge help, providing extra value for our players, making our events bigger, better, just to where we can give more stuff away. Cannot thank them enough. Thank you, MVP. So I've mentioned that we are using two different courses. So let's break that down a little bit. So first course we have is the Cookville Church of the Nazarene. We like to refer to as the NAZ course. It's a little bit more open for now. We're making it a little bit tougher. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then we have the Netherlands Church of Christ. We've referred to that course as Spring Creek Disc Golf Course, but it's at the Netherlands. So Spring Creek, Netherlands, same course. NAZ, Netherlands/Spring Creek. So that's important to know. And so everyone is going to play. Both of these are 9-hole courses. So the game plan is everyone is going to play 2 rounds of 9 holes at each course. So in order to do this, we have 2 different pools. We have an A pool and we have a B pool. So let's break that down real quick in case you are unsure. Probably be easier if I did this. B pool. The B pool is anyone playing MA3, MA4, or any of our lady participants, any of our female participants. MA3, MA4, and all of our ladies are going to be in the B pool. Everyone else, including MPO, MP40, MA1, MA2, and then our MA16 and 70 participants, those guys are going to be in the A pool. Make sense? So the way it's going to start off is A pool is going to start the morning at the NAZ course, Cookville Church of the Nazarene. I'm going to send out an email. It's going to have the pools listed as well as the addresses for each of these places. So hopefully make this a little bit easier. But so A pool is going to start off at the NAZ. Again, MPO, MP40, MA1, MA2, and MA16, 70. You're going to start off at the NAZ. And then B pool is going to start off at the Netherlands/Spring Creek course. Again, it's MA3, MA4 in our ladies divisions. It's going to start at the Netherlands/Spring Creek, same place again. That is where you're going to check in. Check-in is on Saturday morning at your starting course between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is important, especially if you're traveling from Eastern Time. Keep in mind there's a time change, and so plan accordingly for that. So any times I may mention are going to be in Central Standard Time. So check in at your course from 7 to 8, and we're going to tee off promptly at 8:15. About 2 minutes before we start, we're going to sound an air horn. And at that point, no more practice putting, no more warming up. It's time to go. We'll do another air horn at 8:15, and then we are off. We're going to play 2 rounds of 9 holes at each course. So after that, after you finish your first round, we're going to break and go to. We break for an hour after the last card is submitted. We're going to start the second round after the last card is submitted. And so those who are at the Netherlands or Spring Creek are going to go over to the NAS, and the guys who are over at the NAS are going to play their second round at Spring Creek. Now, at the end of the tournament, everything and all the awards and the payouts and all the fun stuff. We're going to do a ring of fire. We're going to have a mini long drive, a long mini putt. If you come to any of our other stuff early this year, we've had these and they're really fun. All the fun stuff at the end is going to be done at the Nazarene course. We're going to be using their facilities. So after all the dust settles, after you're done with all of our rounds, everyone's going to kind of come back there. And that's where payouts going to be, awards, stuff like that. Chuck's Concessions. My dad, he's coming up from Maryville, Tennessee, to provide lunch. He's going to have lunch on site at the Nazarene course. And so he's going to be set up there for food on site. There are some other options, but his is better. I'm a little biased, but anyways, so he will be there on site. So be aware of that. So again, after the first round, we're going to break for lunch. So for round 2, the A pool is going to go to the Netherlands course or Spring Creek. It's, again, same thing. A pool is going to go to Netherlands, and then the B pool is going to go and play the Nazarene course. And so the B pool kind of has it a little bit nicer because they're going to, wherever they finish, that's where payouts are going to be. So make it a little bit easier on those guys. So the way we're going to have some CTPs. That's exciting. Who doesn't like CTPs? It was an additional $5 on your entry fee if you opted for that. We'll have a list of those people at the check-in if you got in on that. So we're going to have 3 CTPs at each course. So at the Nazarene course, we're going to have hole 1 is for everybody. Hole 9 is going to be an AM only. And for the first round only, hole 7 is going to be for a free lunch. So again, that's for the first, the free lunch at the NAS, hole 7. Since it's for lunch, it's going to be for the first round. So it's going to be for A pool. For B pool over at the Netherlands or Spring Creek, hole 2 is going to be CTP for everybody. Hole 4 is an amateur only CTP. And then hole 6 is for a free lunch. Again, for the first round only. So we'll have those cards out there with a flag and a Ziploc bag and a pencil. If you get CTPs, write your name on the tag write your name on the card. That's going to be with the flag. Mark it, and if you finish on the hole with the free lunch, please bring that back. It'll be on the card as far as what the CTP is for. So bring that to the check-in table. It's going to make it a little bit easier for us. So if you end on that hole, please grab that flag for us. So let's talk a little bit about live scoring. We are going to be using the PDGA live scoring. If you go to a web browser, or I think there's a PDGA score app now. Personally, I just go to pdga.com/score. The access code is HRCS. Now, everyone is required to keep score. If you do not want to use your phone, we will have paper scorecards available upon request if that's more your style. But everyone is required to keep score of some kind. So access code HRCS is short for Highland Rim Chainbreaker Series, HRCS. Also on all the temporary T signs we put out, there's a little QR code too. So you can scan that with your phone, make it a little bit easier for you. We try to make things a little easy for everybody. Anyways, so HRCS, feel like I'm forgetting something. We talked about lunch. We talked about pools. Talked about, players packs. So glad you asked about that. So all the amateurs who sign up will get a $25 gift card to Park It Disc Golf. These things, if you haven't seen these yet, these are really cool. So everyone's going to get a $25 voucher. And the fun things about these is they don't expire. And so, and also, say you get $25 just for signing up, and you happen to win 30 extra dollars. And so you're going to, at the end of the tournament, you're going to get one for 30. Well, bring it up to us and we'll just combine it. And then you got one for $55. And then you can save it up for at the next tournament you come, you get another 25, and now you got 80. You can kind of save it up for, for a bag, basket, any kind of bigger ticket items if you like, or just more Frisbees. Who doesn't like more Frisbees? As you can tell, I have a couple. Anyways, so whenever you check in, you will get a card. Also, the first 50 amps who signed up will get an additional disc just for signing up. It's part of the sponsorship with MVP. They hooked us up with a bunch of extra discs, drivers, mids, putters, and a wide range of weights, colors, plastics, all that kind of stuff. So what we've been doing is, like, whenever you check in and say, hey, you're one of the first 50, you want a driver, mid, or putter, you say one, we just kind of reach over here in a box, and each one is in a grocery bag. You reach in and get a, this one feels like a Glow Proxy. Anyways, doesn't matter. So you may get something new, get something you've never. They're all new, but you may get something you've never thrown before. It's kind of a mystery, kind of random draw thing, and so just a fun way to do that. Now, since we're all starting at different courses, whenever you check in, you'll go ahead and get your card. So put it in your wallet, put it in your bag, save it for later, because we will not have any discs set up for sale until the end during payout at the Nazarene course. So thought it'd just be easier, instead of trying to split everything up between two different courses, wait till the end where everyone is going to kind of come together at the final thing. That's, again, where payout's going to be, is going to be at the Naz. Again, Dad's going to be there with his food truck, and not only with barbecue sandwich that's so good, but shaved ice and fresh squeezed lemonade, and he's just his trailer's full of fun stuff. So, but everything's going to be set up there, and that's where you can redeem this for your players pack, as well as the first 50. Come up and see us, and we'll get you one of these discs in a grocery bag. Just thank you for signing up. It's not ideal, but it seems to be the best way to do it for everybody. So, so I do want to get into the courses a little bit, especially at the Nazarene course. Nazarene course is typically a little bit more open, a little bit more beginner friendly, and we wanted to change that. So hang out in just a second. We're going to kind of go through some of the holes of the Nazarene course, kind of talk about some of the OB, especially hole 6. So that it's a little bit more nuanced. I would kind of wanted to break that down and kind of explain it for us a little bit. So hang on, we'll come back to that. All right, guys. Right now we're looking at an overhead view of the Nazarene course. This is where B pool is going to be finishing up, so keep that in mind. We will have access to this side of the building. So this awning here, the Chuck's Concessions, the food truck is going to be set up around this area. We got parking along here and along this side as well. These spots are going to be roped off because we don't need any cars getting hit with discs. That's no fun. So, but you can park along here as well as this edge of around this corner as well. And inside the building here, we'll have access to restrooms. We'll do payouts and stuff inside as well. Air conditioning is always nice in June, and it's going to be a good old time. So more talk a little bit about a couple of the holes. Some of the rules are a little bit more nuanced, so I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. Looking over here at hole 2, it's about 180 feet, 190 feet, so it's nothing crazy. So one thing that we've done to make this a little bit more interesting is right behind the basket there is a mulch bed, and so that mulch bed will be roped off as hazard. So if you throw your drive on hole 2 and it goes a little bit long and ekes into the mulch bed, you play it where it lies with penalty. Now, if you do fly the mulch bed and land over here in the asphalt in the parking lot, well, the parking lot is out of bounds. So you're going to go back to where it last crossed in, here in the mulch, probably the mulch, but play from where it last crossed in, and take a meter off the out of bounds. So you still get one stroke penalty, but you don't get double penalized. You don't get a stroke for hazard and out of bounds. You just get one penalty stroke. Take it from the mulch and putt. Hope that makes sense. One thing that's not on here, we were actually out there playing today, and there's a nice big swampy area that holds a lot of water here. And so we are going to rope that off as out of bounds as well. I mentioned it's a 180-foot hole. It's not crazy. And so we got to, and we don't want people playing in the water. So trying to make it to where, bogey can come into play on a 180-foot hole. So we're going to rope this off as out of bounds. Normal OB rules, play from where it last crossed out. Again, it'll be marked with flags and string, and we'll have a good old time. But we'll make you guys aware of that. So let's look at hole 6 real quick. As you can tell, this course is pretty open. So we did our best to make this a little bit more interesting. So let's look at hole 6 real quick. So probably the best way to explain this hole, this green area is a sand volleyball pit, a sand volleyball court, and that the basket is going to sit in. So the sand volleyball court, as well as this area here, the best way to explain it is those are the only safe areas on the hole. So if your drive, your initial tee shot, does not land in either one of these safe areas, either landing here short or landing in the sand volleyball court, go to the drop zone with penalty. And any shot after your initial drive that does not land in either a safe area or the sand volleyball court, play it where it lies as hazard. So, for example, if we wanted to draw a picture here, say the cursor is my disc, and I throw my shot from the tee shot, and I land here. Oh no, I land in the hazard. Well, it did not land in either safe space, so I'm going to go to the drop zone with penalty, and then I'm going to throw my shot from the drop zone, and it lands in the sand, and then I tap in. So I threw 3 shots, have 1 penalty shot and 1 penalty stroke, and so I took a 4. Well, it's a par 4, so I took a par, not crazy. So let's do another example. Say my drive, my initial drive comes, and I land in the asphalt. I land in the parking lot because I went for it. I turned it over too much. Okay, well, it did not land in either safe areas, and so I'm going to go again to the drop zone with penalty, and say I throw my next shot, and I land over here. I still land in the hazard. Well, I want to play it where it lies with penalty, and then I tap in. I make my putt. So I threw 3 shots, but I had 2 penalty throws, and so now I took a 5. So, like I mentioned, it's a par 4, so it's not crazy to just kind of pitch up to the drop zone and then throw. It's from the drop zone to the volleyball court. It's about 130 feet, 140 feet. Nothing crazy. So taking a 3 is not rocket science, but it's only from the tee to green. It's about 365, 375, somewhere in that ballpark. So going for the Eagles, not crazy either. So we wanted to kind of make this a little bit more interesting. So hopefully that helps explain that a little bit. I do want to encourage you guys that, especially around here, around this corner, it does get a little bit tight. So just kind of be mindful as you're playing, as you're walking, as you're throwing. Just be mindful of the people around you. This is probably the most people we've had on this course at a time. So just kind of be mindful, and courteous about people walking, about people playing. We just don't want anyone to get hurt or anyone to get hit. We're out here trying to have a good time. That kind of hurts the good time. So just kind of be mindful of that as you play. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully that answered some of your questions. I did want to kind of go back and touch on a few things that I realized I may have missed. First of all, with the CTP for the free lunch is to Chuck's Concessions. He's actually helping sponsor this tour as well. So the free lunch is for Chuck's Concessions for the first round only. Um, and so if you happen to finish on one of the holes um, for the free lunch at the NAS, if you finish on hole 7, or if you're at Spring Creek and you finish on hole 6, there should be a flag and it'll say free lunch with a card. There should be a flag with a card in it that says free lunch and maybe have some names on it. If you finish on those holes, go ahead and bring those back to the check-in desk so we go ahead and have those. If you now the other CTPs, leave those out there because the other groups are going to have to come and play for those the next round. So keep that in mind. Now, if after the second round you end up finishing on a hole that is a CTP hole, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and grab those flags. Makes it a little bit easier on us. Grab those flags, bring those in, turn those into the check-in table so we can go and have those. So hopefully that answers any questions. Hopefully that clears some things up. I'm excited. I appreciate you guys again for signing up for this. I realize that there's 100 different tournaments about every other weekend that you could go to, but you're trusting us. And again, don't take that lightly. Thank you so much. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And we'll see you Saturday.